not for free anymore.
Hey guys, this is Larch. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make the yo 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 synth that you've all heard in your favorite dubstep songs, and you now want to make in Reason 5. So, anyway, we're gonna open up Reason. I'm using Reason 5, but you can do this with Reason 4 as well. If you have Reason 3, then I'm sorry you're out of luck, because you need Thor Polysonic Synthesizer to do this. But anyway, we're going to go to New, exit the old one, Window, Detached Sequencer Window. Now, we're going to right click and create a combinator. We've already got the mastering suite here and the mixer, so we don't have to do anything with those. Name it Yoi or Bass or whatever the hell you want to, really. Right click inside of it, create Thor Polysonic Synthesizer. So we're going to initialize the patch, click Show Programmer to open it up, and yeah, okay, we're going to leave the analog oscillator the way it is, because as far as the oscillators go, it doesn't really make much of a difference with this synth. It does make a difference, but not much of one. The portamento up here, we're going to change to on, and we're going to bring it down to about 20, 25. I'm going to put it at 25. Now, this low-pass ladder filter right here, we're going to want to click this arrow and change it to a Formant filter. I like the gender at 0, but this knob right here, the gender knob that is, can be changed basically to whatever you like. When it's full, it sounds more female, and when it's at 0, it sounds more male. So we're gonna bring up this envelope knob right here, and what that's gonna do is it's going to make this filter envelope right here have more of an effect on this filter. This guy right here, this I don't even know what you'd call this, but anyway, we're gonna want this at 43 and 28. Hold shift down and you can get a lot more control. There's 43 and 28 right there. Yeah, that's really all you need to do with the Formant filter. Now we're gonna go down to the filter envelope, sorry, not envelope, and we're going to take the attack to 0, the sustain to 0, and the release to 0. We're going to take the decay and change it to about 1.9 seconds. Again, as long as you get these controls close to what I'm doing, it'll sound relatively the same. In the amp envelope over here, attack and release, you're going to want it 0, decay, 0, sustain, full. What this does is it ensures that the synth never loses any volume over time. So it doesn't matter how long you hold the note down, for example. It never loses any volume. Now I'm just recording the synth sound through my microphone, so it's going to sound terrible. But when you actually make it, it will sound wonderful. So I like to enable chorus up here and take the dry wet down to about half, or sorry, 1/4. And now that's really all you need to do with Thor. You could modify it with an LFO, but it starts to make the sound really messy, and I tend to avoid that. Anyway, Scream 4 distortion unit is what we're going to want here. Change the damage control to about halfway, so, 60, 62, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We're going to change the distortion type to digital. We're going to take the resolution to full, which is parameter 1. We're going to take the rate to about 5/8 of the way around, which is too. Disable cut and body, and that's all we need to do with Scream. So create M-class compressor. The compressor doesn't so much modify the sound as it does just make it fit into the mix better. It's almost like a mastering module. So we're going to take the input gain to full. We're going to put the threshold, we're going to leave it at about 17.9 decibel. And we're going to take the ratio to infinity to 1. The attack is going to be 0. So basically what this compressor here is doing is it's receiving the signal from the Scream 4. As you can see back here, the output of the Scream 4 is going into the input of the compressor, and it's amplifying that signal by 11.8 decibels, and it is then cutting it off at negative 17.9 decibels by a ratio of infinity to 1. So more or less what it's doing is it's just brick wall limiting the sound so that it cannot get any louder than this compressor is set to have it. So now if you try it out, but yeah, you can really do anything with this synth. You can put it into a drop, you can have it as a build up in your intro, you can modify the pitch right here, you can modify the the gender as time goes on, which you would just go into the programmer of the combinator, you click Thor, and for rotary 1 you would change the target to filter and filter 1 formant gender. So basically what that would do is, as you can see here, when I modify this knob, it also modifies the filter gender knob. So you could right click on that and edit automation, and then more or less do whatever you want with it. You can change this oscillator here from saw wave to a square wave. You could change it to a multi-oscillator. As long as it's not detuned too much, the multi-oscillator sounds decent, but I still like it best on the analog saw wave. Anyway, that's all up to personal preference, but yeah, here you have a very powerful Yoi synth. I'm sure a lot of you have been trying to make this synth for quite a while, but well, here it is. I mean, it's pretty simple to make when you really come down to it, but anyway, make your songs with this synth, and if you feel like posting a video response with the songs that you've made from this tutorial, go right ahead. But anyway, have fun making music, and I will see you later.